All right, good evening. April 18th, 2024. All right, I'm going to really do a very quick recap on today. And we had a very interesting day. We had a bear trap, and then we had a bull trend testing this moving average, the 240, and then a reversal. And then we had a trading range. It was kind of expected. All right, so we start off with weekly chart recap, or at least looking at the weekly chart. Tomorrow is Friday. It looks like we might actually close around about this area. And this is a bear surprise. So it looks like we might go even further down. Even if we bounce here and get a bull bar or a bull week, maybe we get a bull bar over here because of this moving average or this area of support. The market's kind of setting up that way. We might actually get down to this area, maybe this breakout point. So I'm going to mark it and see what happens. Maybe we come back down here. Daily chart. It looks like this is a breakout, and it looks like it's getting follow through. Although it is you're getting a lot of overlaps here. It is very tight, and we are beginning to form a bit of a channel here, but this is definitely a breakout, maybe a breakout from this trading range over here. And like I said, we're probably coming to this area. I mean, here you have a breakout pullback, and you have another area of agreement. So we're kind of slowly working our way through this area. We haven't tested the moving average, so this is a very strong bear trend. But it's also a bit climatic, and as a result, we might get a deep pullback. All right, so that's daily. Let's even look at the 1 hour. This is the wrong 1 hour chart. Let's look at the regular trading hours. All right, so right now we had a bit of a broad channel here, and we've talked about this before. A broad channel, and then we broke out of the broad channel. All right, so the first pullback and second pullback, and so we're forming a wedge. And that was actually the thesis that I had for today, the fact that we're forming this wedge. Right, so even more so, why I love these tick charts is the accuracy you get with these channels. So I drew this earlier today, just before the open. So you can imagine this was what it looked like just in the overnight. And all I did was just take these lows, projected this high, and then obviously we started to sell off. And now the thing about the sell-off for me was, this is a 6,000. The way I saw it was, we went up, and we've had a double bottom, went up again, tested this resistance, and we started to come to this low. So this is kind of a bit of a wedge. You have 3 attempts down, 1, 2, and 3. And technically, you can almost argue that we have wedged this way, right? So this is the first leg, pullback, second leg, double top, leg down. So anyway, prior to this even happening, the thesis I had was that we hadn't tested this moving average in 4 days, right? So we broke it. So first time breakout, breakout, pullback, second leg. And we haven't tested in a while. So 1, 2, 3, and today the 4th day. So I just felt like we've been getting close. We got close here, we got close here. So chances are we're probably going to try and touch it here today. So I was getting ready to go long for a test up here. And then after that, I suspected that because, again, we were in a bear channel and it was a wedge forming, we would try and get down to these lows over here. And in fact, looks like looks like one leg pullback, second leg. So it's another breakout pullback, second leg. That's happening right now. I don't know if we'll get down here in the overnight. Sometimes we do, and we do overshoot. Sometimes we don't, and we reverse and start going back higher. All right, so let's look at the bar by bar. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to take out these lines. All right, so like I said, what I always do whenever I'm trading the day is I put the two charts together. Normally it's like this, just to kind of see what happened the prior day, the levels that are important, this level, and possibly this level. This level hasn't made a new low, so it's not as important as this level. This is a major swing level because we made a low prior. All right, so we had this leg up and sideways and forming a second leg. Bear trap. So anyway, went short below this bar. I think it's credible to go short below here, only because of the fact that we're getting a second leg from this, and you're closing below the moving average. That's the only reason why I took it short, and I made 10 points on that because it was a good, a good short. Testing this low, got 10 points. And I would only do it for a scalp, only just because 50% of opens reverse, so there's a chance that this would reverse. We got this bar. It's not exactly the best bar, but because it is a trap, I would probably go long above the bar. It does say that there's sellers above the bar, but my issue all the time is this gap. I think I did go long, and then we started to do this, and I didn't like the hesitation when this happened. Although that was all to do with the fact that what if this is not a trap? What if we're going to get a second leg? I'd hate to lose money because of something so dumb like that. So I got out at the moving average, and I waited for this to complete. And here you kind of have a two-legged correction. One pullback, two. You got a breakout. So I went long above 7. And we had a really nice strong close. However, look at where it closed on this moving average. The 50 minutes, 20. And then we now got a bit of a pullback here. These two bars form a buy the close setup. I think it's credible to buy above this with a stop down here, because you have two very strong bars closing above the moving average. This has tested the moving average and failed. However, you're forming a wedge. 1, 2, 3. So now you're getting a pullback down here. Double top. The bears are not really showing any sign that they want to go lower, particularly because we're closing bars above this moving average. And you've done that over 3 bars. So right now we're going higher. And you can see we have a little bit of a breakout over here and a wedge forming 1, 2, 3, maybe a final flag here. But what you're seeing here is you're not getting a lot of strong buying. Every time we buy, profits, buyers are taking profits. We get to the Globex high, they're taking profits. Then new buyers step in. We now close at the Globex high. We don't even close above it. Then we close it even higher, and then profits are being taken. We go sideways, a new high, profits are being taken. So micro wedge, we go sideways, we break out above, right? Still within this range, we break out above this, profits are being taken again, and this isn't looking very convincing. And look at where we are at the 240. I initially thought we'd have a measured move from the low to at least the break of the high, right? But obviously we never got there. Then we had this bear surprise 24. Now initially when I saw this, I thought, okay, fine, we'll probably get 2 legs sideways to down, maybe come back and close the gap on 23. But as you can see, this looked like an endless pullback. I saw these 2 dojis. I thought we're going to go back up to test this, close this gap, but we didn't. We kept this gap open, and that is a sign that we're probably going lower, a lot lower. We created a really nice sell signal. You could have gone short below 31 because of the way it looked. Definitely below the moving average. And we get 32, which is a bit of a strong close. But again, profit taking at this moving average. We go sideways, 2 legs to the moving average. 1, pull back 2. So this is an L2. I went short on 37 while 30, well, based on 34. Actually, no. I went short on 36. Held through this. So now we have a wedge. 29, 34, and 37. I'll just put the lines back on. So right now we're looking for a reversal. You could have argued that this was a wedge. 1, pullback, 2, so you could have taken it long here. But I think this is 3 pushes down. 1, 2, and 3. This is testing the opening price and probably testing the middle of the day. So you expect to get some buys around here, especially when you have a bit of a gap. This is a climatic bar. Climatic bars tend to get reversals, or at least trading ranges. My rule with a climatic bar is if you cannot get back to the beginning of the climax, you're probably going to go lower. It's like over here. This is the beginning of the climax. We went below it, so chances are we're going lower. Same thing happened here. We couldn't get back all the way up here, so we went lower. Anyway, it's just my thesis. Anyway, held short through this, and we kept on going lower. Now, the only reason why I'm holding short is because we've tested resistance. This is the last resistance, testing this resistance. Of course, we're going to get lots of selling at this level because of the bulls who bought here haven't gotten a chance to get out. And sellers made money selling this price, so they will sell again. But we've tested this resistance, so this was the last support. We need to test this and possibly test this low where the move started. 1, pullback, 2. You could argue wedge 1, 2, 3, or even 1, 2, 3, whatever. Anyway, we started to make all these climatic bars. The bars are getting so big. Sideways here, maybe testing this region. You got a nice buy signal, but never triggered. Instead, sellers actually jumped on that bar, and we formed 3 more bear bars. You have a micro wedge, right? And it's an overshoot as well. So you're going to get some profit taking because it's kind of overbought. It's also a measure move target of this range. Again, this channel prior is so tight, really tight. It's probably going to get a second leg. So this is not exactly a good buy. I just think it's like, say you're expecting what happened here to happen here. And I don't know. This was surprising to me. But this at the same time, I don't expect it to go higher on the first reversal. So the first reversal will be minor. You actually get 2 legs to the moving average. 1, pullback, 2, and L2 again. You can take short. But again, because of all this overlap, there are buyers making money. Stop order traders are now making money. So chances are they're going to buy that low. And that's exactly what happened. They bought it here, and they made money here. They're going to buy this one too. So you get a wedge bottom, but you're not getting good buy signals. Still very, very bad trading. So chances are we're not going to go higher. We do make 3 pushes. 1, 2, 3. And form this wedge top. In fact, it's an expanding triangle. And therefore, chances are we're coming down for a second leg. And that second leg is kind of what's happening right now. As you can see, we're forming a little bit of an expanding triangle. I'm curious to know whether we'll touch this trend line and possibly touch some of these levels that I've marked from the past. Anyway, all in all, very straightforward day except from what happened over here. This part kind of did confuse me. The lower high was really low, and we kept this gap open. So like I said, credible sell, and you could have held all the way down. So you had 2 really good trades. The day offered a lot of volatility. We've been getting a lot of volatility recently, which is great. That was 56 points on a range day. I think that's amazing. I'm so used to the days when we were making 11, 14 points, just very little volatility. Although this is a small volatile day compared to yesterday where we did a lot more. All right, so yeah, let's see what happens tomorrow. Maybe we might actually break above the 240 if we come back up, and possibly test this high. And the reason being that this is the top of the trading range. So you have 1, pullback, 2, pullback, 3. So the market might just go straight up and test this level. Let's see what happens tomorrow.